Okay, so welcome. Hello, gorgeous. I am Aja of FreedomSupply.co, and I want to talk to you a little bit about simplicity and something that I've been working through over the last few weeks. And I love simplicity. And one of the great things about simplicity is that what it looks like for me in my life can be totally different than what it looks like for you in your life, and it'll all be okay. So I want simplicity. I love simplicity. I love the simplicity that I have, and I want more simplicity. So I've managed to create simplicity in so many different areas of my life. And my wardrobe, I've gone back to having a capsule wardrobe, taking all the things out of my closet and only putting into my closet the clothes that I actually wear. And I love being able to just go in and grab them, call it a day, don't have to worry about anything, simple, okay? The other place that I've created simplicity in my life is my laundry room. Years ago, I decluttered my laundry room. It had become a place where everyone just dumped everything. I know that like being in a laundry room does not have to be a joy, but it was a complete disaster area and I hated going in there. So I decluttered it, made everything simple. There's this there, there's this here, this goes there, that goes there. Dryer sheets and laundry detergent, and I have like grocery bags in there and like paper bags and stuff like that. I even have my bags for when someone has a birthday or want to give a present. I have those gift bags in there. So very simple. Like I can go in there and grab whatever it is I need to grab. It's amazing. Simple. And the other place in my life that I've had a lot of simplicity in that I've created is a few months ago. I've talked about this a lot, that I started my journey to eating more healthy and having a more healthier eating lifestyle. Not just eating healthy, but it being like part of my lifestyle, it being part of just like who I am. I just get to be the person who eats more healthier. And one of the ways that I did that was by, let me scoot this back a little bit, is by looking at the different recipes and having recipes where things are very easily interchangeable. So like you can take out the carrots and put in the peas, or you can leave the spinach and put in the kale, whatever. So that whatever I had in my refrigerator was going to be really easy for me to make something really delicious that I actually want to eat, because I have recipes that are just easy for me to interchange all of the different things. That was super important for me, because if I did not set things up to be that way, then I just feel like it wouldn't have been so easy for me to create the simplicity and me stepping into just being the person who has a more healthier eating lifestyle, right? So then why am I not able to create the simplicity in the other areas of my life that I'm really wanting, I'm really craving to have more simplicity? And I'll tell you why. What I came up with after studying and looking and researching and grabbing my pen and my notebook and like, what the hell is going on here? If I can have the simplicity in these other areas of my life, then why can't I have the simplicity in these other areas of my life? Here's what it came down to. Two things. This is what I found after diligently writing like for weeks in my notebook, like what's going on, and even having conversations with my bestie. And what I came up with was these two things. It was my self-concept and it was fear. So when I looked at my self-concept, I believed that the people who had simplicity in this particular area of my life, like whatever it was, it could be your home and living, it could be your business, it could be your career, it could be your money, whatever. So in this particular area of my life, I was looking at the people who had the simplicity in their lives, and I was thinking, oh, that's just who they are. That's just how they are. That's just the type of person that they are. So they can do that. And so I was putting it on myself that I wasn't the type of person that can create the simplicity in particular areas of my life, because that's just not who I am. Like, really, was that really serving me at all? It wasn't. And so when I looked at that, it's like, well, do you want to keep that truth? Do you want to continue to believe that you're not that type of person and that they just are, like they were just naturally born that way, and that you're just not that type of person? And no, I didn't. But what it came down to was the next thing was the fear. So I had to really look at, what are you so fearful of in regards to creating this simplicity in that area. And it was really the fear. It was really the fear of the amount of work that I was going to have to do in order to have simplicity in that area. And it wasn't like the physical work, like it wasn't about that. I hadn't even gotten to that point so much, more than it was the fear of the managing my mind, like all the managing my mind that I was going to have to do around it. And the fear was, okay, am I okay, like being in this level of discomfort of not being the person who has the simplicity in this area of her life? Or am I willing to go through the discomfort of the growth and the work that has to happen in order for me to be the type of person, just be the person who has the simplicity in that area of her life? And like, you really get to make that choice. I don't think that there's really a right or wrong answer. It really is just about for what's right or wrong for you. And so when I decided, no, this isn't the truth that I want. Like, I'm not going to continue to choose this. I'm not going to continue to choose this. And so then I was able to really look at, okay, now that I know, like, I'm choosing this self-concept, and I'm choosing this self-concept because of the fear that I have around the amount of mental work that I'm going to have to do to step into being the person who has these goals. What are you going to do? What do you need to do? What are options? What are your options? And I always look at belief work as being like the end all be all option. Like, that's it. There's no other options. But well, let me say this, not that it's the only option. It's where the options start. So when you start to really work on your brain, when you start to work on your beliefs, then that's when all of the opportunities and the options come out, and they say, hello, here I am. You can choose me. And so that's what I started doing, was working on my beliefs around being the person who has the simplicity in her life in these particular areas. And I'm not going to say that it was easy, but what I'm going to say is that, well, let me say this. Let me rephrase. The easy was started to be created because I was diligent in doing my belief work. I was diligent in allowing myself to feel the feelings. I was diligent in my allowance of myself to look at the thoughts and the beliefs that I was having, and to choose, like allowing myself to choose. What do you want? Do you want to keep this belief? Do you not want to keep this belief? Is it a true statement that you want to believe that it's a true statement? Is it not a statement that you want to believe is true? Is it helping you to get to the results that you're wanting to have? Is it not helping you to have those delicious outcomes? And so the more and more I allowed myself the space to look at who it was I was being and the fear that was around all of it, then I was able to choose, no, I don't want that. So then what do I want instead came into play, and it was, okay, this is what I want to believe instead. And the belief really was more about the feelings at first. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to feel. I want to feel confident that I can be this person. I want to feel like obsessed. I want to feel turned on and tapped in. I want to feel elegant and refined. I want to feel all these things. And so when I looked at each of those feelings, I had to break it down to, well, what are the beliefs that I need to have in order to feel those things? And when I started to really implement that little bit, okay, poquito at a time, just a little bit at a time, not like full blown, I'm going to change my whole life in 2 seconds, but really having the commitment to doing this work little bit. Like, when I say little, I mean like 1% increments every day is like the best ever changes that you can give to yourself. And that's what I decided to do. And so when I did that, when I just was able to look at, this is what I'm thinking today, these are the emotions that were created from those beliefs, and these are the actions that I took, it really changed the game on me being able to create the simplicity in those areas that I wanted to have more of. Not completely there, but I am so much further along than what I thought I could be at this point. And I want you to know that you can do this too. And this is the work that we're doing in self-coaching school. When you have challenges that have come about because you have a desire, desires will always bring up challenges. They will always bring up obstacles and hurdles. So the only thing that you're needing to do is to really connect with how to move past those challenges and hurdles in regards to what it is you're believing about them. That is the work that we do. That's a long sentence, right? Like I could have shortened that up. Like, let me shorten that up. In self-coaching school, what we're doing is mastering the challenges that are coming up for you when you're trying to create a new goal, have this beautiful, beautiful life that you're wildly in love with, and looking at identifying what the real cause of the problems are so that you can solve for the right problems, right? So that's what we're doing. And I want to help you with that. So if you're interested in being able to move forward, building the momentum, like the 1% increments, like I just talked about, are massive. If you're wanting to start building that momentum and getting some traction in you going from where you are now to where it is that you want to be, then I invite you to come join me in self-coaching school. That's selfcoachingschool.co. I'm so looking forward to having you there. And that's all I have for you today. So remember, life is happening now. Live free. Bye.